This is a picture of a family that suffered from abuse from their husband and their dad. Every time the mom left the home, the husband would always think that she'd be cheating on him, so he became very violent with her and abusive. He also started taking it out on the kids. The mom finally had the courage to leave the marriage because she was scared that the husband was going to harm the kids. Later on, she was introduced to this charity, the ISPCAN, to help her and her kids overcome the trauma that they experienced. I personally have not had a personal relationship with this charity, but I have completely researched it and firmly believe that this is a good charity to get involved in. Abuse is a big issue in today's world, but nobody really acknowledges it until it hits home. So I ask for you to imagine someone that you love and someone that you care for going through this type of abuse, and maybe you'll want to help. Today we're going to talk about the International Society for the Prevention of the Child Abuse and Neglect charity. We're going to talk about its history, programs that it offers for people in need, and how we can get involved. This charity was founded in Denver on July 7th, 1977 by a guy named Henry Camp. This is the only nonprofit organization to help prevent child abuse in the world. According to the website, they are the only global organization. All the other ones are either local or statewide, but this is the only global organization. The official newsletter of the ISPCAN states that it has helped thousands of types of abuse. So not only any type of age, and not only child abuse, but any type of abuse, it has helped it. Now that we've experienced some of the history, let's talk about some of the current programs that they offer for people in need. This is the most recent conference. The Protection Starts Here is what it's called. This is the 2022 conference. They provide conferences, programs, trainings, podcasts, TED Talks, journaling clubs. They offer a lot of things to them in need. They also, which is my favorite, provide educational settings. So if the child is having PTSD about going back to school into a public setting, the real world, then they can come to this charity and we provide them the educational setting that they need. According to the annual report of the 2022 ISPCAN, we have now, just last year, gained 12 new partnerships worldwide. So it is a growing charity, which is good news. Now that we've discussed the history, let's talk about how we can get involved. So we can volunteer. You start by becoming a member. Once you become a member, then you can choose if you want to volunteer for whichever programs or things they offer that I've just talked about. So if you want to be in the educational settings, then you can just volunteer for the educational settings. Same thing when you come to donate. You can either donate or you can become a partnership with this charity. You can choose to donate to whichever one you want to do. So like I mentioned, if you just want to donate to the educational settings, then you can just donate to the educational settings. And all you do is go on the website, you go to the donate now, and if you don't want to do that, you just go to the join and it'll become a membership and it'll give you more information on that. So now that we have talked about how the history of it, how we can get involved, and the charities that it provides, I'm going to wrap up with the story of Jacqueline, like I mentioned earlier. She is now owning her own clothing business and is providing the life for her children that they deserve. And if it wasn't for this charity, then we wouldn't know where she would have been. She says that this charity has helped her kids overcome the trauma and the stress that they were under when they were in that abusive relationship, which is great. Now I'm going to introduce Cesar Hernandez, CASA for Kids of East Texas, will be speaking next.